Hello and welcome to another episode of Kuma's Kitchen, and I've done a little baking today in the kitchen here. This is roasted garlic and herb soda bread. It's smelling great in here. These have just come out of the oven, so that's a little soft cut. Oh yes, oh look at that in there. With a little bit of butter. Yeah, slather some butter on there. I do love butter on things. All right, a little bit more right in there. Okay. That's great. And then let's have a little taste. Yeah. You have a taste of roasted garlic in there. It just comes in nice. It's not strong. It's just, yeah, perfect. All right. Nice texture too. I love soda breads. You're going to see them go in here. If you've never made a soda bread, they're really easy to make. There's none of that kneading and waiting around like there's with regular breads, and they work out really good. So let's go to the kitchen and make some right now. All right, these are all the ingredients that are going into our bread. This is a really simple recipe, simple ingredients, a little bit of prep on the garlic, and that's it. So here we go. We've got across the front here 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 tablespoon of my favorite unrefined cane sugar. Any kind of brown sugar is nice. 2 teaspoons each of these herbs. So one is 2 teaspoons of dried thyme and then 2 teaspoons of dried basil. Over here, 1 egg, a 1/4 cup of butter. That's going to get melted later on, but we don't quite need it yet, so we're just going to leave it there for right now. The stars of the show, the 3 heads of garlic. Now, I've sliced across the top. You want to expose the tops of each of the cloves in there. Now, if you get a really weird one like this here, where it's sitting up high, cut that, and then you got to go around and cut the tops off here, and I actually had 1 piece fall off, so I just get rid of that. Cut its top by itself. Okay, and I'll just go in with that. So what we're going to do with those afterwards, that's the prep that we got to do. But first, let's go over the rest of the ingredients. Back here, we've got right now 2 tablespoons. Let's say you're going to need 1 to 2 tablespoons of olive oil. That's just to go in with the drizzle in with these guys. So it depends on how much you need. Usually 1 to 2 tablespoons. Over here, 1 cup of plain yogurt, and then back here, 2.5 cups of flour. So let's move some of this stuff off to one side so I can work with the garlic here. All right. We need to prep the garlic. It's going to go get roasted in the oven. That's going to make it absolutely delicious and really add to our bread. So I take a piece of foil, take one of these, and just kind of wrap around like that. So I made a little, basically inside a little container. And now before I close it off, it's going to drizzle a little bit of olive oil on there. There we go. That's it. See, we're not even going to need a tablespoon probably, but I like to always have extra on hand. Close it up. Going to bring this over here. And now, yeah, if I had a smaller baking tin, I'd use that. I don't need all of this space, but it's okay. All right. I think that's going to be a little small. Let's do this little guy in there. Probably cut that a bit too small. So again, we just wrap it around like that, and then drop a little drop of olive oil on there. Close him up. It'll be good. Put him right there beside that so he doesn't fall over. All right, let's grab another one here. So these are quite big, so I'm going to use a whole sheet of aluminum foil. Go around that, wrap around that. Again, drizzle on some oil. Close it up. In it goes. One more. Easy as that. Really pretty easy to prep, actually. Because now I'm just going to go to the oven and I'm just going to go do something else. Close that up. Again, drizzle in there. I put a little more on this one because that's the one that's unevenly cut. There we go. Close him up. Every one of them sitting with the cut sides up, okay? So that the oil can just sit in there. Okay, now, let's put these right in the center here. I mean, it doesn't really matter, but it just aesthetically makes me feel good. All right. Oh, I got about, I used just a little over a tablespoon of oil for that one. Put that off to one side. That's going to go in the oven over there now at 400 degrees Fahrenheit, 200 degrees Celsius for 30 minutes. And then we'll come back and we'll make the bread. All right, that garlic's been in the oven for half an hour and then sitting here for another half an hour cooling down because, let me tell you, they're going to be hot. Unless you got iron fingers, you ain't going to want to deal with them right away. So, I'll just sit here, let them even soften up a bit more. So what you do now, carefully open these up. Oh, look at that in there, beautiful. All right, and then you're going to just kind of rip off some of that outer paper. And you get inside, look at that. There we go, just like that. You can squeeze it out sometimes. I find I just throw them in like this, whichever works for you. That one there, I got out it comes. So, what I'm gonna do with these is just get these all, whoa, there goes one overboard. Get these all in there. All right, so now we got nice and messy fingers, but look at that. Oh, that is so fantastic. Now, if you're thinking to yourself, if I ate one of these, would it throw off the recipe? No, it won't. Oh, fantastic. All right, I'll quickly put this away. Bring out another bowl for mashing those. Be right back. All right, I find they're easiest to mash. You just do some of them on a plate. Just throw some of them on there. Just using a fork. Mash them up a bit. Just like that. Away you go. All right, gonna keep mashing those up, but while that's happening, it's time to start melting that butter. So put the butter in there, bring this up on a really low, and just get an eye on it while mash the garlic. We don't want to burn that butter. All right, so mash that, stick it off to one side, and throw a couple more in there. Just keep doing this. All right, there we go. We've got a bunch of mashed up garlic. Oh, that is looking absolutely fantastic. And our butter is just about melted. Get a little stir around there. And that is about it. There she goes. All right, I can turn the heat off. That's going to finish melting by itself. So what I'm doing now is get some of these things ready. So I'm going to put it in the big bowl here. I'm going to put the flour in there. And we're also going to add the baking soda, the salt, and the sugar. And just quickly mix those together. All right, so that's ready to go. And then we'll put that off to one side out of the way here because I'm bringing another bowl in, and I gotta whisk up that egg. So let's crack that egg and put that in here. Oh yes, another one of those beautiful, really deep orange yolks. So whisk that up. And then we're going to add in the yogurt. And I got a little help with that. So get all that yogurt in there. Okay. And then quickly whisk that together. And now it's time to whisk in that butter. I want to do it as I'm whisking because I don't want to curdle up the egg at all. There we go. All right, that's all good. And now, I can off to one side because now I'm going to just mix the dry or the wet into the dry. All right. Just pulling through, cutting through every once in a while until we've got our dough happening. All right, starting to look good. All right, that's basically coming together, so we're going to be mixing a bit more. What I want to do now, well, I'm just going to add the herbs into the garlic ahead of time here. So that's kind of a little, wow, that smells good. Mix, fold until that's kind of mixed throughout there. And then in it goes. Like that. There. All right. Anything that's left on the fork, well, yeah, that is delicious. When you roast garlic, it just mouths it up nicely. Perfect. Delicious. All right. Okay, final mix. Mix that in to our bread dough. Now, if it doesn't, if it's not mixed fully, that's okay. You get these like little streaks throughout. That's good. That makes for fantastic garlic herb bread. All right, that looks like it's pretty good now. I think that's pretty even. Got good streaks throughout. So now I've got two pound cake loaves here, or pound cake loaf tins. That's the right correct word for that. All right, what I'm going to do now is, so as you can see, I've papered them. It's going to make it a lot easier to remove. And one of the tricks I always use, I think you've seen this in other videos of mine, is that, I quickly just kind of butter the inside and then lay the paper. It's like glue. It kind of holds that paper in place. It makes it so much easier. Otherwise, the paper is just trying to pop out of there all the time. So now, I basically want to cut that in about in half. Looks pretty, just about even, I think. Like that. So we can adjust a bit here. Like that. Yeah, a bit more on this side, I think. Some there. Some there. All right. Now what I want to do is just smooth that out a bit inside each of these tins. Just kind of, doesn't have to be absolutely perfect, but into the corners, somewhat flat. But if it's got a little bit of a rough surface on top, that's okay. That just adds to the what's not the word, elegance, the rusticness of it. Yes, there we go. All right, so you see that I've just kind of gotten that somewhat like that. Let's get that out of the way. Get this one evened out, and then we're going to go in the oven. All right, that looks pretty good. So, those are going to the oven over there at 350 or 180 degrees Celsius for about 50 to 60 minutes. And I'll see you back here then. All right, those are looking good. Look at that. Beautiful. What we're going to do now, got a skewer, and just give the skewer test. Yeah, coming out good. Those are ready. Gonna let them cool down for a while, and then we can pop them out of here. They're gonna pop out really easy. You can just grab that paper and, yeah, oh, just like that, yeah. All right, that, great with some butter slathered on there. Yeah, I do like butter. Slather some butter on there, and gonna have that for, I think that's gonna be, goes alongside our dinner tonight, because tonight we're having something called mentaiko pasta. I don't know if you've ever tried that or not. Mentaiko is spicy fish eggs. Yes, I know it sounds a little strange. They're little tiny ones. So you mix them in with the pasta, and it's really good. Trust me. It's, yeah, I say, it sounds weird to have spicy fish eggs on your pasta, but first time I ever had it, I'm like, wow, this is fantastic. That's gonna be a nice little side dish to that. All right, go make this. All right, if you like this recipe, well, do stick around. Check out some more original Kevin Riley recipes here on Kuma's Kitchen. Make sure you give us a like, share it with your friends, and make cooking fun again with Kuma's Kitchen.